to imagine the sun right at the end of this. And about this time, if you walk up this real slowly, you can keep the sun right at the end of this fork as it's setting. And we'll take a look at that Summer Solstice Sunset celebrated around the world. And I see some people even go to a bar in Fargo to celebrate this. Well, let me tell you, Valley City has a little more class than that. So come with me along this line. We'll spread out around the wheel. See if we can ring it all with people. You can see there is a sun there.
Right now?
No. We are the wheel, we are the wheel. Summer, winter, spring, and fall, we are the wheel. Here's the setting sun.
Kim, right?
Yeah.
I've got a microphone now.
No mistake.
Yeah, I have the camera and microphone.
Good thing we have purses.
We've never met Mama Mercury. No.
This one, some of them are, but this one I think is sequence. They've cut in half. This tropical plants, you know.
Now that we're spread out like that, why doesn't everyone come inside the wheel? Get in here a little closer. I'm going to use notes. If this were an organic chemistry lecture, I wouldn't need these notes. But, first, let's start out getting centered. So, follow me. Breathe in and calm the body. Breathe out and smile. Breathe in and calm the body. Breathe out and smile. Breathe in and calm the body. Breathe out and smile. Now that you're all relaxed, I'll give the chemistry lecture. So,
Don't do that, Joe.
you know, when I lived near the Hopi reservation, one of the things about their religion that was really amazing, and that is they combined both the sacred and the profane. So when the sacred kachinas were dancing around, there would be clowns dressed up making fun of them. So, you know, that at the same time, a combination of the sacred and profane. So one of our first guest speakers tonight couldn't be more profane. And it's, so we're going to introduce a little comedy, a little clowning. Liu Lucy, a professor at Valley City State University.
Well, thank you. I too have notes, but it's really short because there's not a lot I can talk about in my act about the sun and the planets and solstice. But I am from Alaska, so solstice in Alaska, the land of the midnight sun, is very important. You know, we're all familiar with the 24 hours of daylight up there, but in the winter, it's 24 hours of darkness. And somebody asked me when I moved to the lower 48, they asked me how I liked the winter, that it was so dark all the time. And I said, well, it's beautiful. It's just incredibly beautiful. I can enjoy the sunrise and sunset, both on my lunch hour. So, I like that. Hey, anybody here like cats? Cats have nothing to do with the sun, but I guess that they like to lay out in the sun. Oh, there's some kids that have cats, yeah. But it's interesting to me that I see responsible adults with the children, and none of the adults are raising their hands that they have cats. Yeah, but so I'm just wondering, you know, those of you who have cats, how did you get people to pray for your cats before Facebook? I'm just flipping through Facebook, and you know, man, this is Boots. Boots is 9 years old, but cats can live a long time. Boots isn't feeling so well today. Would you pray for Boots? I'm thinking, yeah, sure, I'll pray for Boots. It'll take my mind off things while I'm waiting for the results of my biopsy. So I thought it was interesting that Joe asked me to say a few words about summer solstice because the sun is not my best friend. I have skin cancer. That's not my best friend. Skin cancer, otherwise from me, otherwise known as white privilege, biting me right in the behind. Yeah, so I'm afraid I'm going to be fine. But what I am afraid of is what people are going to think of me. I'm afraid that people are going to think that I got this by going to tanning booths, that I'm that vain. No, I got this in the land of the midnight sun, backpacking one too many times, naked. Now, for you kids who are here, use sunscreen if you do that, okay? You're in the wilderness. There's nobody else around. The bears, they're not wearing clothes. You feel kind of funny wearing clothes around them. Yeah, so, yeah, well, oh well, I don't know how to use my phone, but that's okay. I am a little concerned about this because, you know, everybody does like to look healthy. And, of course, when I was younger, I was very concerned about the right look. And actually, when I was young, I entered a portion of the Miss Universe contest. I actually was a finalist in the Miss Columbus pageant as part of the Miss Universe contest. Now, because I didn't get that far, you know, so I didn't get to the finals, and I didn't get to meet, you know, Miss Pluto, Miss Mars, Miss Venus, and all that. But I'm thinking now's my chance, because now we are thinking, you know, the baby boomers are getting more power now, and maybe I can have, you know, Miss Senior Citizen, Miss Universe, go up there, but I'd have to have a connection. Who has connections? The military. Thank you for the Space Force. I will be able to meet Miss Pluto, Miss Mars, Miss Venus. Thank you very much.
this is the sunset now. And of course it's on this alignment. If we look the other way, of course you have the sunrise of the winter solstice. Now blocked by that apartment house a little bit. And of course along this way, spring and fall, winter solstice sunset. So we're as far north as the sun is going to go now. It's going to make the trip down this way, and we'll all be covered with snow again. We had 164 days of continuous snow cover here last winter, 5.5 months. So we better enjoy this evening. And I'm going to invite everyone to just stay all night so that we can watch the sunrise on this alignment. Shortest night, we should party all night, I think. At the solstice, it takes the sun approximately 4 minutes to get below the horizon. At the equinox, it takes 2 minutes. So it's much slower up here than at the equinox. Of course, it's going the Earth is spinning at the same rate, but the angle is different. Well, I would like Chris Redfern, the chair of the music department, to step forward, and we will honor this beautiful sunset that we're having. Take your pictures after taps, though. He's going to play taps, and then we'll pause for 30 minutes so you can get good pictures of the sunset. To honor sunset on the summer solstice, Chris Redfern. I'm going to give my book report. I've just read The Last Child in the Woods, and much of the book was quite obvious, but I'm very pleased at how it reinforced the goals and ideals of Medicine Wheel Park. I'll just read a few quotes. Stress reduction, greater physical health, a deeper sense of spirit, more creativity, a sense of play, even a safer life. These are the rewards that await a family when it invites more nature into their children's lives. Another quote. Findings of over 100 studies have confirmed that one of the main benefits of spending time in nature is stress reduction. Our goal should be to live life in radical amazement. To be spiritual is to be amazed. It's a great book, you know, due to the urbanization of the globe and due to modern technology, we're all being dragged more away from nature than we ever were before. And I really like this park has the little human, you know, sacred monument to the sun. But down here is a 19-acre riparian woods through which the North Country Trail goes. And you should explore this trail that goes down to the campus and on beyond. In fact, you can start at Lake Sakakawea and end up in Vermont if you take the whole trail. I'd suggest doing it in smaller bits. You know, I wanted to thank my companion and friend, Wes Anderson. He makes these performances possible. He eggs me on. You know, I'm shy. I hardly like to get out of the closet, and he eggs me on. But I want to tell you, Wes, this last year, we had 1,200 people, school groups and so forth like that, come up here for 34 tours, and Wes led most of those. Thanks, Wes. And I have kept some data, but I have to say it did get scratchy someplace, and lots more people come in here. They don't schedule the events anymore. They come here by themselves. But I have, since 1992 when we started the park, I've listed 15,000 people have come up here for events and tours. I want to ask you to come in just a little closer. This is one of these watch this space things, but Chuck, would you come up here? If you can see in the center of the medicine wheel now, and it will be laid in concrete and then level, is a rose compass, which was done by Chuck. Do you have anything to say about this? Say something.
I can't think of a thing to say. It's never stopped me before. But, yeah, no, it's north, south, east, west, just like on the map.
I won't go into the details of why. This is the fourth change in the center of the medicine wheel. All the others had some problems associated with it. And I thought, well, how about something real permanent? And I thought of this, and then the justification comes later, you know, because lots of people come up to visit this, and it is a directional thing, and this will give them a sense of how the wheel is oriented, so that they'll be able to tell. Remember, when I first talked to Chuck about this, by the way, I did tell, Chuck asked me, what color should this be? And I told him, well, that's your choice. I said, you're the artist. I'm just the jackass that came down the road with the idea. So, apologies to James Joyce, because that's out of his book, A Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man. But Chuck also has graced his artistic talents. You'll want to see that later if you haven't. The planet Saturn in the Walk of the Planets now is ringed by very beautiful structure that Chuck did. And Chuck, of course, runs Trader Welding just north of the city. And he's done some fabulous birds too. So he does artwork, he does practical work, he really knows how to do things. Well, now one more part, and then we're going to walk over here. I've got another part here. sunset's over, we'll do our regular acknowledgement of that. Please repeat after me. I feel connected to the universe. I feel connected to the universe. I feel connected to the universe. Well, now if you'll follow me.
Dr. Stickler,
Yes, sir.
can I give one astronomy lesson while we're here?
Oh, absolutely. I'm very happy to hand the mic over to my former student and astronomy and chemistry teacher at the high school, Neil Sutton.
Yes. So if you guys have any complaints about me as a teacher, go to him first. But I love Medicine Wheel Park. I love the walk of the solar system, and I love scaling. So I take my classes up here, and we actually do the scale and see what this looks like and what scale all of this goes between. And we come up with, all right, so if we have these distances correct, then what should be the size of everything? So we came up with that if we kept the distances the same, the sun should actually be about this size in the center here. Okay? That should be the size. And Earth would be a grain of sand. So that's the size, and Earth is right behind, right over here. So there's Earth right there, would just be a grain of sand. This rock should be Jupiter then. So in Jupiter's spot, that should be just this little piece of rock. And then all the way out there, we have absolute nothingness until you get to the next planets, which will all be just very small pebbles all the way out. So then I take all my classes out and we walk all the way down to Pluto, and then before telling them what the scale is, I go, so where's the next sun? Where's the next star? How far do we have to walk? So then I point them north and go, let's go north. How far are we going to go north? And we go, all right, we're going to walk to the Highline Bridge, and some kids are like, yeah, Highline Bridge sounds good. No, we got to go a little further. So then we get to Lake Ashtabula. No, a little further. Sibley. No. Cooperstown. Nope. Devil's Lake. No. Canadian border. No. Keep going. How about the North Pole? Nope. Keep going over top, and once you hit Norway, that would be the next closest star if we use this distance model. So that just gives you a scale of how huge the solar system is, or our universe is, and how small our piece of sand planet is when the next closest star is in Norway. So that's my little astronomy lesson for the day.
And it's perfect to the point. You know, now we really are connected to the universe from your lesson. Thank you. If you'll follow me, we're going to walk over here, and I have a special surprise for you when we get there. Mercury, Venus, the waxing gibbous moon, Saturn is just coming up, Jupiter, till dawn, then we'll see Mars. And my younger day, I used to call that a 5-planet night. Which meant there was more than just watching the sunset. Well, now I'd like to, first I want to point out, you see this line right here, and up to this edge. That's what I call the triangle. That's a piece of land. And now in her third year, starting the third year, Professor Lauren Denhart of the science department here has a plan for that area, and I've invited her tonight to explain that plan. Lauren?
Hello, everyone. So earlier today I was at the Bio Blitz on one of our best prairies in North Dakota in the Cheyenne National Grasslands, teaching kids about the prairie. And we found 55 different species. And the kids were amazed, it was thrilled, it was a great experience. And that's my passion, is restoring prairie. And usually when you talk to a community about that, you get a lot of hesitation and pushback. The second this started leaking through that we were going to restore this 2.1 acres here, everyone was thrilled that I have met, and it's amazing. I'm new to this community and I'm extraordinarily impressed with it. But this fall, we're starting to restore this area as a practice model for the rest of the medicine wheel. See how it goes, make sure we can do it correctly. So we'll be wiping out all the plants with our friend herbicide. 3 rounds of it, probably starting in late August, and then we're going to be seeding it. And anyone who wants to be a part of that is more than welcome. The seed mix we have has over 40 species in it. It's not going to be the Cheyenne National Grasslands, but it's going to be something to be really proud of in this community. So I'm really excited about it. We'll keep you updated about it, and hopefully it'll be something that we'll all be really proud of and can see really develop into the future. So thanks.
And so your next test will be to identify all 40 species in this when you come back 3 years from now. We've got a couple more exercises to do to complete the exercise regime. They're important because to feel the universe, you've got to feel more, sunset is not the right word. So we'll start out realizing that really what's happening is that we're rotating this way. We're rotating away from the sun. Can you feel it? Can you feel us move like this? This will help. Face sort of north, but get a view of me. Here. Here we are north. We want to feel that rotation, which is in this direction. So start down here, and it's pretty slow, 24 hours. Speed that clock up a little. Here we go. Can you feel the earth turning? How fast? Oh, faster than that. Again. I think it's a little more than 600 miles per hour at this latitude. Boy, hang on. One more time. Notice this not only relieves stress, but lower back pain too. Here's the next one, you can face me. So our 2 basic motions, and there are 7 or 8 different ways we're moving around in space. But the 2 basic motions then are the revolution of the sun around the Earth. Remember they had a big fight about that. Burn people to the stake. And, you know, they were bad to the scientists. So here's the sun. Your left hand is the sun out here. And then here's the Earth. Again. Let's make it go around another and have another birthday. Each time we go around, it's a birthday. Oh, get the presents out. Okay, the older people, a good suggestion. Let's go that backwards. Let's Benjamin Britten this. Well, next, there is at least one telescope set up I've seen. I don't think we're going to see much else, but we might get a good look at the moon even with that mist. Is there a telescope out? Yep. Oh, okay, good, good. Well, thanks for coming. I hope you'll come back for the next equinox and solstice celebration and the other celebrations. I hope you'll bring your friends to Medicine Wheel Park, and then your friends will be less stressed. Thank you.